Hi guys, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. This channel is called Sandra Dahl Beauty. I do have a second channel just if you want to check it out. It's all about planning, bullet journaling, and goal setting. That is at Sandra Dahl. And this video is all about this palette and how to get this eye look. This is the new ColourPop Mènage Á Muah eye palette. It is one of their winter holiday collections, I think. So this is what she looks like. So pretty. I am in love with all of the sparkle in this palette. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Okay, you guys, I have been trying to do my makeup for such a long time. I think I've gone about 2 weeks without doing my makeup, and it's driving me crazy only because I have all of these Christmas looks planned. I have a whole bunch of palettes that I haven't even had looks with. For the first time in my life, I'm not going to show it on today's video. I'll show it when I actually film that makeup look. I'm actually going to be using a ColourPop palette. It's the first time I ever ordered ColourPop, and I don't really know much about ColourPop, only that people say it's like the cheaper end but really good quality eye makeup, and I know Angela Bright uses it all the time, so I'm assuming that they've got really good formulas and good colors. Right now I'm just prepping my lips with my Laneige lip sleeping mask in Apple Lime. I love that smell, it's so good. So I just put a thin layer on just to make my lips a little bit moisturized. Well, I can't talk today. I'm going to use my Caudalie Beauty Elixir. I am in love with that set. That is why I bought a big one. If you guys haven't tried that, you should. It's so good. And next I'm going to use some serum. This is Pharmacy Very Cherry Bright Serum. This is brightening, but it's a sample, so I don't really talk about my skincare products unless I have like a full one that I use. The only full ones I actually have are by Origins, and I have the ginseng line, and they smell like mandarin oranges. They're so good. But for serums, I like getting all the little samples from Sephora, and then I just use like different samples to keep my skin, sorry, that's my furnace, just to keep my skin looking good. I've got this advanced night repair stuff, and I'm just going to put some underneath my eyes. It's night repair, but it is by Estee Lauder. I've been noticing my under eye circles are really dark. You can't really tell right now, but they are like in the right shade. Like, they're so dark. Okay, so we're gonna put some Anti-Wrinkle Booster on. This one's almost gone. My cream box. This is kind of what I use to keep all of my sample creams in. You can kind of see right there, it's just like a little dollar store container. I have so many. So every time I place a Sephora order, I will always add those to my, like, the samples, or if they have good products, I will use my points to get them. So I was actually just kind of thinking about getting some new storage for my palettes, because I have so many like eyeshadow palettes that I have been collecting and just kind of been gathering, and I don't have any room for them. I use like a small white Walmart container for my palettes, and I need to upgrade to a larger one, I think, because I'm running out of room. Okay, so now that my skin prep is done, I'm going to go ahead with my clean sponge. I just washed it. It's stained, but it is clean. I'm going to use my primer. This is my Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. I'm going to apply it to my sponge. I used 2 pumps. And I'm going to put this all over my face. Normally I would use my fingers for this, but I'm going to use my sponge because it's also damp. I want it to look pretty glowy, my skin to look glowy anyway. And this is more of a moisturizing primer. Okay, and then the foundation I'm using today is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in 300C. So I add 2 pumps of that. So this is just to color correct my skin. I'm not using it for like coverage, really. Just for color correction. So I noticed when I apply this, it is kind of yellow, and I have around my nose area and around my mouth, I actually have quite a bit of redness going on. And so this kind of counteracts that redness, and I just used a very light thin layer so it does still look natural on my skin. Okay, so my makeup routine is I like doing my eyebrows, but I'll set my skin first. So I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm using my Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Light Beige. And I apply it directly to my skin with the wand because I'm the only one who's using this product. I'm not going to highlight today, I don't think. I'll use a highlighter to highlight. So this is just directly to cover up my under eye circles. I use my pointy tip of my sponge. And if you guys are curious, I will leave everything down below just so you can check it out. To set my concealer and my foundation, I'm using two setting powders. I'm going to use Jeffree Star's Magic Star setting powder in Banana for my under eyes. I hope it's not too dark. Actually, we're going to switch that. Okay, we're going to use the beige, the luminous one for under the eyes, and then I'm going to use the Banana setting powder for the rest of my face. Generally, you want the under eye to appear brighter than everything else. So don't use a dark powder, especially in case it oxidizes. You don't know. And I'm just lightly using my sponge here to apply the powder to my under eye. So I'm not baking, I'm just putting enough on so it sets the concealer underneath my eye. So I'm going to be using this powder very sparingly because it's actually quite yellow and quite dark. I didn't realize how dark it was when I bought it. And I'm just going to lightly dust the rest of my face. So now that my skin is set, before I use any blush or contouring or anything like that, I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. So then once we are done the eyebrows, I go ahead and I add my contour and blush. And contour palette, I'll be using my Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I always use the powder shade Sculpt because the other ones are highlighters, and the last one here, shade, is a cream. And sometimes I use a cream, but not today. I'm going to do this very lightly. For blush, I will be using my Milani Baked Blush in 01 Dolce Pink. And I'm not going to go too heavy with this because it's pretty dark. I'm using my F10 Powder Blush Brush by Sigma. This also has gold veining throughout. So I just lightly add some to my cheek. Now we can get started on the shadow. So before I do anything, I'm going to prep my eyelids with my MAC Lay and Low Pro Longwear Paint Pot. So I like the shade Lay and Low, and I will be using my Precision Angled P84 brush for this. So I just take some of the product and add it to my lid. This is pretty near the shade of my lid. And okay, so now before we actually get into the shadow, I want to show you guys the palettes I got from ColourPop. So the first palettes were like their winter collection, which I've never bought ColourPop shadows before, and now that I have, we'll see how they work, but I also want to look into getting some more because they're really cheap and really affordable. You still have to pay shipping and handling, and of course from the States. Sometimes they have free shipping and handling depending on how much you order. The first one I got was Mènage Á Muah, and it's a pressed powder palette. I'm not going to go through all of the shades here. You can see the shades, but it's almost kind of like a wine colored purple. That one's, it strikes me the most because of the sparkle shades. I think that they're like pressed sparkle. This next palette is the Boudoir Noir palette, and that is so pretty as well. It's like the golds and the olive tones, which I love. Again, here's one pressed sparkly pigment shade, and then the rest are shimmers. There's quite a few matte shades, and I like this olive shade here. I forgot about my Christmas lights. I just turned them back on. So I want something really sparkly and like really Christmassy because this is still a holiday look. But I'm going to be doing both of these eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter which one I pick. And these colors are so pretty, so maybe we'll just stick with this palette. So the other 3 palettes that I got were kind of in a set. You can see obviously they're all like the same thing. So one is Ornate, one's Baroque, and then the other one's Grandeur. And so Grandeur looks like, I'm just going to take the plastic piece off because it drives me nuts. This one is mostly brown tones, but it's so pretty with that nice gold in the middle there. So that would be really pretty. There's a black down here. Then Baroque looks like this, so it's like definitely all about this smoky eye with silvers, and like those grays kind of look warm toned. Like this one looks like it could be one of those shifty shades, so that looks kind of cool. And then the last one is Ornate, which I think this is the one that kind of struck my fancy when I first saw the 3 palettes together. That one's pretty. But they're very dark, and lately I've just been like, especially for fall and winter, I've been loving the darker colors. We're going to go in with Mènage Á Muah. I'm going to start off with Novel in the crease. It's a bit of a darker shade, but I can use Crave or Total Flirt, these 2 colors here, to blend it out. Okay, so we're going in with Novel with an E25 and see how the shadow performs. Okay, so far it's blending out so nice. I don't think it's taken me long at all to blend this out. I am amazed. I just started putting this on my eye, and for relatively cheap makeup, I am amazed. Those are so pretty. That is blended out so nice. So now I'm just going to take an E35. I'm going to go in with Total Flirt, which is the lighter color here, and blend up above and blend out that first color. And then I'm dipping into Crave, which is the lightest color in the palette, just to blend that out as well. It's like the prettiest blend I've had in a long time. Okay. So now I'm going to go into No Drama. It's like the darkest shade in the palette. I'm taking my E25 and I'm going to stick to the outer corner and the crease. We're going to go in slowly just to see how dark it's really going to be. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's dark. Okay, so I'm just going to take the E35 and slightly blend the outside edges here just so it's not such a harsh line. I want to keep that shape that I developed, but I don't want it just to be this like really crazy harsh purple line. I'm going to use my finger and go in with Miss You, which is the sparkly color here, and just kind of put it on the middle of the lid. I'm going to take in a flat definer now, an E15. I'm going to go in again to the darkest shade. I'm just going to lightly stamp this as close to my lashes as possible. I'll keep it only toward about the middle here. This is just to define the initial lash line, to see where I'm blending, but I'm going to use I think that same shade that I used for the middle of my eye area there. Now I'm going to go in with the shade After Midnight, which is this one here. It's got like light silver sparkles in it. I use my finger again and put it on the inner portion here. Oh, that's pretty too. Those sparkles are really pretty. I love sparkly eyeshadow. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, okay. Wow, I could do that forever. I'm going to take this little skinny brush. This is an E27, a detailed blending brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade Butterflies. It's like the same kind of thing, the shimmeriness, but a bit darker. I'm going to take that and run that on the lower lash line. I'm just getting a bit of fallout, so I'm just going to wipe it away with a brush. I am so impressed with this palette. I'm going to use a little of that After Midnight to blend out the lower lash line a bit. I want to use Thrillist on the inner corner, so that's like this really sparkly shade. I'm going to take this tiny, tiny brush. This is an LO4 detailed lip brush, but I use it for inner corner and brow bone. doesn't really seem to be sticking that well. I might have to wet it. There we go. It's really sparkly, but it's kind of falling apart a bit on me. So I think wetting your brush would probably really help with that. I'm just gonna try it. I'll just use MAC Fix Plus because it's the thing I have in front of me. Okay. And then just for a little bit of pop, I want to try the Confess shade, which is a sparkly one. There's also Big T's, but I think I want to use Confess. So I'm going to use this lip brush. This is another lip brush. This is the, which one? L05 lip brush. Because it's like a pressed sparkly pigment. So now I'm going to line my water rim of my eye. It doesn't really show up that much with the shadow, but that's okay because we're going to use a black liquid liner. Okay, so I made a thin line on the upper lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and pile on a whole bunch of mascara. I'm using my Tarte Man Eater. So I just sprayed myself with a little bit of my Maybelline Master Fix setting spray. This kind of just keeps your makeup in place for longer throughout the day. And I'm just going to apply some lashes, Morphe Lashes Melrose Ave. And while I'm waiting for the glue to dry, I'm going to go ahead and do lips. So I'm going to line my lips with my 04 Color Statement Lip Liner by Milani. I cannot talk today, I'm having serious issues. And then I'm going to use a lipstick I've never used before. This is a sample. It is by Tom Ford, and the shade is 03 Casablanca. So I have never used this before, but it's a movie color that kind of matches the eyes today. Okay, I think that's good. I don't want to over apply it. It doesn't match the eyeshadow exactly. I'm going to apply these lashes and we'll be right back for the final look. The lashes are on. They are really long and wispy, and I like them because they're not too like clumpy where you can't see the shadow. So that's nice. And I think one of the best tricks I've ever learned in like applying lashes is go put glue in your lashes, let them sit, go do your lipstick or lip gloss or whatever, and then come back and put your lashes on and it's perfect. So it's probably one of the best tricks I've learned is to let your glue set. Yeah, I've had lots of mistakes with lashes, but these are looking pretty good. So my thoughts about that palette, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I know I say that about a lot of palettes I own. There's some that, you know, I use them once and I think it's great, and then I go back and use it again, and then I'm not so sure. And usually I don't even make another look using that palette if I don't like it. So this palette, so pretty. I love the sparkle. I love color, but I also just love sparkly shadow. Like, it's my thing. And it totally would be a perfect holiday look because purple is so pretty. And that one sparkle shade that I use on the middle of the lid, I'm just gonna find it. Hold on. Mènage Á Muah. I love this palette. Oh my god. Confess. So it's like that sparkly shade. Probably would go on better with like some kind of setting spray. I used it dry and it's staying. It's got like this gold and like purple undertone, like little sparkles in it, and it goes so good at that purple color. It's not even like a purple color purple, it's more like wine or mauve or, you know, something. It's not like royal purple, and royal purple is my favorite color of purple, but this is really pretty. So that is it for this makeup look today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I've got 7 whole subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I think most of you are my friends and family. But I would really appreciate it if you guys watched my makeup videos. I know that I just recently switched from my main channel and put all of my makeup videos on this one, and I think I still have like 40 more to go to transfer over from my old channel. But I don't know, it's just so much work, so we'll see if I get all of them transferred. But I'm going to continue making videos, and I think I've switched it now where I was just making videos Monday, but I'm going to do it Monday and Thursday, so there'll be 2 videos a week. Anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely day, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye now.